Walkie on YouTube.
It is a great day to be alive on this Friday. It didn't feel like Friday, but it is Friday. The days get all weird after Christmas, but here we are, heading into the weekend, getting you ready for the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Can you get his mic up, por favor?
I think I want a 3-day work week every week. This is lovely. Matter of fact, they should have the weekend be Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. You just get a break in the middle of the week.
Do you know,
That'd be perfect.
Do you know why it's weekend?
I don't care. We can that's all, semantics. You can just add a little midweek end.
I mean, I don't think you're getting any arguments from many people. It's just not going to happen, especially at this employer.
I mean, I don't know. Did you guys feel so refreshed after coming back after? I mean, I know y'all.
I did not.
No, not even.
I felt zero refreshed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I sat on my
6 days
so
at the future in-laws to driving. I drove from St. Louis right to the studio to do the show, then went to Madison on Tuesday, go to a New Year's Eve wedding. I don't know where I am.
So here's one thing I did learn recently is that you just talked about your in-laws, and I visited my lady's in-laws, and I've visited them before as well. Oh, yeah, cool, very cool. You're visiting family. Cool, Strofe. But one thing I've learned is I thought I love family and I enjoy family because my family, I love my family. I could be around my family all the time. And I always wondered why people got hotels instead of staying with their family. Anytime my cousins came into town, my auntie came into town, they stayed with my parents. Anytime we went there, we stayed with them. We would have like 8 people in a house meant for 4. But then I traveled to go see her family, and I realized I love her family, but I get why people need their
He
space.
did that. I love her family, but I don't want to stay there.
No, it's just you're working on their schedule. They get to move around, do what they want. Like when it's my family, it's cool. But when it's somebody else's family, I'm like, dog, I need my bed. Stop bothering me. I don't want to wake up. No, I don't want breakfast. I just want to lay down in my drawers.
Guess what my fiance said to me when I was in St. Louis with her family?
What did she say?
How come every time that we come here, you sleep longer than you normally do?
I don't know.
You got to stay in the room to avoid
I just need a little more me time. Just relax.
I'm telling you.
Just the jet lag, babe.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
Just the drive really got me.
But I now understand what people are talking about in-laws and my future in-laws, if it does happen, they would be fantastic. But I do understand now you need me time, away time, and why people stay at hotels instead of staying with family.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Lists is more. That's where you can get involved. You can also see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Right off the rip here, Petey chimes in, says, "Say what's up, Brad." For that very reason, he is not here. Crickets from
Brad
Norman.
didn't leave us to start the year. Y'all didn't. We ain't gonna have no meeting after the show about it being just K and B.
And KBS, Kyle Bruston Strofe.
Doesn't have as strong of a ring to it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a syndrome.
It really does.
Jeez. KBS.
It'd be KB and Irrelevant. And Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, that's good.
Kyle Bruston Irrelevant. Coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin.
Way to really sell it, boys.
Yep, we love you. But then right off the rip, Sam also chimes in, Kyle, I'll buy the Packers slip for $15. That Packers slip is the $20 to win $900 future I put on the Green Bay Packers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, in which I sold to Kyle for $15. We're made square. Then all of a sudden, after Kyle declares yesterday on the show that we're getting his full emotions and feelings, and he did say that as we get closer to the game, he'll find ways to get himself fired up, and then when the playoffs get close, he'll find himself getting fired up and finding every way that they're going to win. But as of yesterday, you are very low. And Homer of the Homer Hour 94.5 ESPN, Strofe, he comes in screaming, "If you don't believe, I'll give you $5 right now. $5. Give me the ticket. You don't believe? Put your money where your mouth is. You don't believe?"
Homer always tries to manipulate me in certain situations. He tries to steal my money. He was trying to give me a bad deal. He tried to utilize my own emotion and passion against me, and I did not appreciate that. Of course, I told him no. I believe that the Packers, in some miracle way, could potentially win a Super Bowl. I'm not going to sell a ticket that can make me $960 for $5. I'm not taking a loss.
That's right, because I paid the $60 to get the $960 back, the $60 back. You're actually... For the ticket you paid, it's $9.45.
Kyle, how much did you pay for the ticket?
$15.
I'll give you $20 right now.
20?
You can make $5 profit.
You got yourself a deal.
Oh, that was really tough.
You got
I want to
yourself
see
a
how
deal.
many times we can sell this
You got
ticket.
yourself a deal.
Did you just listen to how quick he flip-flopped for $5?
I just made $5.
He
Come
was
on.
just saying, oh, Homer's trying to manipulate me.
I was trying to manipulate my emotions,
Kyle,
and I'm not going to
Kyle,
have. And
I don't-
Strofe offers him $5 more.
I don't actually want the ticket. I was just
No,
proving.
you made a deal. Deal's a deal. We had it on the radio
I mean,
here.
pay $20 for the tickets.
Yeah,
Strofe.
pay $20 for the ticket, Strofe. You could win $900 and some dollars.
All right, fine.
Pay $20. It's done.
Okay.
Done. And if you give me 10, we can split it. Wait, whoa. Whoa. I just heard that little whisper. Did you say that off air?
I said something to Strofe off air.
He off
I said,
air. Off air
unrelated.
just told Strofe.
Unrelated.
He told him, I'll give you 10 and we can split the ticket.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What is this? What is this hoopla, this mess going on behind the scenes? Strofe, if you give me 10, we can split the ticket.
nope, no deal.
Okay, hold on a minute. You paid 15. If I give you 10, I want 66% of the payout then.
Tell me the math.
Tell me the math.
Tell me the math. How much would I
It'd
get?
be
No.
about
Can I throw a timeout in
something?
here? It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe and Kyle are negotiating this future ticket that I got from Potawatomi Casino Hotel about the Green Bay Packers winning the Super Bowl. But Kyle, I wouldn't get into business with Kyle. Because Kyle still owes Scalzo and Brust $750.
Whoa, man. Time out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me tell you
There
something.
were
Wait a
very specific instructions in an email sent yesterday that you are supposed to send your fantasy football dues for losing to the champion of Scalzo and Brust. You're supposed to send that money.
Now, you know Ben Brust is a slickster. He is a slickster. Because you know what? On Monday, I gave Ben Brust a $20 bill, and he was going to give me, I'll Venmo you $5. He didn't choose to Venmo me $5 until after he won the fantasy football championship because he wanted to send me my money. So then he's like, okay, can you send me mine?
I already had a Venmo balance. I couldn't find you.
Whatever, Ben. And listen, money's tight. I'm not supposed to be in that league. I'm not. I don't plan to lose.
So you're telling me I need to hire someone to come to your house and beat your legs and then get the money from you?
Y'all have an installment or payment plan with 0% interest.
No.
That's what I'm trying to
The
find.
way it works is we are going to contact league sources, and if you're not able to work that out with the commissioner, Greg Scalzo looks like he's part of the mob. He's not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he knows somebody part of the mob that will come to your house.
You know what's so messed up about this? They were supposed to pay me last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Took them months. Greg Scalzo said, "Oh man, I forgot.
I paid right away.
I forgot to pay you, man. My bad."
Then pay me the half, and Greg can wait on his half.
Man, you trying to get $750? You gonna do me like that?
Yes.
You gonna do me like that?
yes.
Hold on, Kyle.
Over $750?
Kyle, hold on. It's just $375 actually.
$375 to me, $375 to Greg. I'm just warning Strofe that you might not want to get in the business of splitting a ticket with Kyle Wallace because he might go collect that ticket.
Dog, it's been 36 hours and this man is harassing me over this money.
I'm pretty sure we won on Monday night and it's Friday.
I just got an email about it like yesterday.
Well, you should have had the funds prepared and said you spent it on Christmas, and now I'm the one that is sitting here without the money.
I cannot believe you are going to sit
Kyle,
here.
How long are you going to wait?
I don't know.
If I'm you, the way he's slandering you right now,
yeah,
make him wait.
Then he's going to get beat up. Not by me, but by somebody I send to his house.
What did I spend you $200 for?
That was you and Tori's roulette spin in Vegas.
Oh, my God.
No return on investment on that either. Losing a lot of money to me.
I got you. You want me to pay?
All right, you can split the ticket. No, see, but this is what's interesting, is he does have the money.
No.
That's the funny part, is you're sitting on the money.
I know. I got to check my accounts. I had to check to make sure. We did get paid last week. This is crazy. I thought we were friends. You shouldn't be charging me up over no $750. You fine. You got it. You ain't desperate.
I have some wedding expenses coming up.
Oh, okay. You should have thought about that before you decided to risk it playing in a fantasy football league.
Well, I didn't pay last year, didn't pay the year before, and getting paid out this year. So I'm net profitable, and you had to split the winnings with a millionaire.
Thanks for reminding me. Don't we just
I still love that twist. I know nobody cares about anyone's fantasy football team, but the fact that Kyle Wallace, the man who's on these airwaves every day, being as frugal as possible, if it's dinner time, he goes, "Oh, you know, is buy one get one there? Oh, did you know they were having a large pizza for $5.99, and then you can get an extra
Tuesday,
pizza free?"
Papa John.
See, he knows all the deals.
It out. Barbecue chicken pizza, can't wait.
And just the premise of you actually winning the league, and then DeMar Hamlin making the league come to a stop had you split with a millionaire.
Yes, that's messed up. That's America for you, though. The rich keep getting richer, and the poor just sit here and we flounder.
Who you talking about rich over here?
I mean, you got more than I do.
800-990-3776, the KBN League, and shout out to all of the ESPN Milwaukee fans who joined us in person. I did finish second in the KBN League.
Who won that one? Did I come in third?
Larry. Shout out to Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Larry.
I think, did I come in third or fourth?
I think you got third. Congratulations.
Well, shout out. I
High fives us.
Yeah, I know you're disgusting.
High fives us. So. Potawatomi Casino Hotel does have futures right now, Strofe, that you'd probably be better off going and spending your own money on, because the odds of the ticket that I have with Kyle.
Come on now, just chill. Let them be.
You're right.
We're trying to build our bond.
Now I'm getting Kyle out of money here twice. He's got, he had an offer from Strofe. He's now gotten rescinded from that, and he owes me $750. Kyle, I love you.
Can't say the same.
That's fair. What I want to know is, as we head into the last weekend of the season, I'm under the impression for the Green Bay Packers right now, at the 800-990-3776 Carbless Talk and Text line, I want to know what the Packers' biggest flaw is. Because I think there's a list of them, and I almost want to compile them to what people think and power rank them. I don't have the power ranking. I have a list, and I want to see if KBN Nation and Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe, I want to see if you guys hit all the things that I have on my list of flaws for the Green Bay Packers, because I don't think in Week 18 against the Bears, anything's going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, that flaw's fixed. But I think identifying the flaws as things you need to look for and be like, in the game, whoever they play in the wild card, did the flaw, did it show up, or were they able to overcome that? You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to overcome these things if you're going to go on a run.
He has a really unhealthy relationship with the Green Bay Packers. One thing I know, relationship 101, listing off somebody's flaws is how things end.
We can do pros later, but right now there's been some flaws.
Okay, all right.
The Packers' flaws. 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strofe. I don't know what they just whispered to each other, but I didn't like it. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the show.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from 5 to 6.
No, I'll never say that again.
It rolls, though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box wine line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy here. Don't let the chilly weather end your golf season. X-Golf and American Family Field is open all year round. They've got innovative and accurate golf simulators, all overlooking left field at AmFam Field. Enjoy daily lunch specials or have an outing with your friends and take in X-Golf's full bar and food menus. X-Golf AmFam Field is even offering golf lessons by a PGA pro. Everyone is welcome at X-Golf AmFam. Book your sim today, xgolfamfamfield.com. I'll see you out there.
Gift giving is easy with an Island Resort and Casino gift card. Every person on your list can spend their time just the way they like it. Dining, going to a concert, relaxing at the Drift Spa, playing golf. No matter the reason, gift cards to the Midwest's premier resort destination are a sure bet. To order gift cards, stop by the Island Club today or call 877-ISL-SHOW. Then spread some joy, because everyone knows your total experience is at the Island.
Are you heading into the new year with the same old joint pain? Or maybe you experienced a new injury that gives you joint pain that is nagging you. Hey, this is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. There is no better time than the start of the year to refresh, renew, and say no to that joint pain. QC Kinetics is your go-to solution to get moving again in 2025. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. They are right here in Greenfield and Mequon under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Ashley Caravelli. When I visited the Greenfield location, QC Kinetics exposed me to a whole new world of regenerative medicine. So much in their toolkit to be able to get you your life back. They helped me, and they're going to help you with your own personalized journey to be able to make sure that you are starting 2025 back, active, and living a pain-free life. Call my friends at QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call QC Kinetics today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Now, everybody has flaws. You listening, myself, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe, Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram. Both Gen Zs said it with the keyboard, and Madison Hayes shook her head no.
I mean,
that says it all.
I don't know how many flaws I do have.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
We are all perfect
you guys are all
angels.
perfect. Okay, I have all the flaws of the show.
I mean, a pretty lovable.
I feel like KBN Nation would agree, Kyle, that Ben has most of the issues.
I think I would agree that I have the most flaws on this show as well. Brad's freaking perfect.
Yeah, without Brad being here, I seem more flawless without Brad being here.
Yes, and
when Brad's here, it changes
speaking of flawless, the Carbless Talk and Text Line 800-990-3776. I want to know the Green Bay Packers' flaws. I have a list, and I want to see if they align with my list. We're going to start on the phone lines, and then we'll go to Kyle and Strofe. Let's start with Bobby. Bobby, 800-990-3776. You're on the Carbless Talk and Text Line.
Okay, my biggest flaw for the Packers is the fact that they keep taking the ball first, and then they get down at halftime, and then they score again, and it's just killing me.
You know what, Bobby? That's actually a good point. Now, put Bobby back on, please. I actually want to know your biggest flaw as a person.
My biggest flaw as a person is I don't listen the first time. It takes me 2 times.
That makes two of us, Bobby. We appreciate the call. 800-990-3776.
Was he in my house yesterday?
Is Bobby you?
I don't know.
Is Bobby us?
I didn't listen the first time.
What happened?
I was told the whole story.
It's just coexisting.
Yeah.
It's called coexisting.
Yeah, I don't
in
listen.
a household.
Mm-hmm.
You should work on that.
JB and the V chimes in, and I didn't have that one on my list, but I will say when Josh Jacobs fumbled on that first drive, then they go to the second drive, as Kyle eloquently pointed out on Monday. They didn't give him the ball. They got pass happy through it three straight times and went away from him. And so maybe it goes into it, but I have the offensive identity crisis I feel that's going on, the wanting to lean on Josh Jacobs, the knowing what Love's capable of thing. But this was different. He is talking about how they do like to get the ball, and they want to score right away. And it is a good recipe for the Green Bay Packers when they do score. But in these bigger games, it does feel as if they're trying to consistently punch back up because they go down against the Lions, the Vikings, etc. So I like that from Bobby. 800-990-3776. Ron the Key chimes in, Green Bay's flaws. Georgia picks and the front seven.
Yeah, the Georgia picks ain't working out.
It's a good one. Mine are very simple. Right now, KBN Nation is crushing it right now. JB and the V, 800-990-3776. A little bit more on par with what I'm thinking here. Obviously, the pass rush, which also goes into Ron and the Key's front seven.
Yep.
And Jordan Love. And I have Jordan Love here for being good, not great.
Oh, I like that.
You know, again, we're on a high scale. We're judging and picking out flaws at a high scale because we're trying to figure out the pathway.
Yeah, and the thing with Jordan Love not being good, not being great, sometimes you've been limited. And so I don't actually put this 100% on Jordan Love that he's been good and not great. I put that on the play caller and Matt LaFleur for not letting our boy Jordan Love fully flourish and be the great quarterback we know he can be. But I'm right there with you. That is a flaw because for the Packers to win a Super Bowl, for them to get where they want to go, they must allow for Jordan Love to be free.
Lasagna in Milwaukee chimes in, 800-990-3776. Ben, I love you. I love you, Ben. But after you revealed that you try on pants without wearing underwear at Nordstrom, you reveal that you sit with 97% of the show's flaws.
Yeah, that's true.
Dave from Edgerton, what do you have as the Green Bay Packers flaws that might haunt them come playoffs?
I think it's their focus, just fumbling the ball and drops.
Fumbles and drops. Drops being probably a bigger one. The Jacobs is a little more anomaly. Dave in Edgerton, what is your biggest flaw as a person?
I like food too much.
Hey, food is great.
That's self-awareness,
man. I just knocked out a whole thing of nerd gummy clusters the other night, and I was
that's not food. That's candy.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, all kind of part of the same family.
Like for me, for example, last night I woke up at about 3 a.m. and I made 3 tacos.
Come on now. What's wrong with you, man? Even though it's good for you, you need that.
Yeah, it's good for him because he's 160 pounds soaking wet.
I wouldn't advise that to most human beings who are at a normal weight.
BBJ chimes in. He says dropping passes. We'll continue to hear the flaws from you. I guess drops comes with one of my others on my list of the Ben Bruss flaws list here. I would just say the wide receiver group in general. The who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? By committee. All excited about it in the training camp, hearing pops of Romeo Dobbs, hearing this, hearing that. Jaden Reed, boom, out the gates, then disappears.
That's a huge flaw. I was just talking with Tori Lowe. As you know, Tori joins us on Tuesdays, joined us at 4 o'clock, joined us yesterday on Thursday to fill in. I think the Packers do have a huge flaw in not having a real number one on the roster. We were all fooled by thinking that we may have one on the roster, but in reality, we don't have a number one. And never did I think this summer when I was saying a bruise, did I think that I would be saying I need Christian Watson back.
A bruise?
You know what? Here's the thing. Is like I agree. Like Christian Watson clearly showed value. But the value that Christian Watson has showed is nowhere near of the value that the Packers will need in a wide receiver moving forward. But for this year, I agree. He has helped this team when he is on the field, especially as of late.
Unfortunately, everything with this football team is all about system. You got a system on defense that hopefully is keeping this team alive in some of these games, and a system that you need to scheme up in order for them to get some type of pressure because they don't have a good enough pass rush. A system on the offense in order for guys to hopefully get wide open or get open. Like Christian Watson showed his importance. I know last season they did fine without Christian Watson, but this year it is not the same. We saw the flaw of not having a guy that can stretch the field. So Christian Watson's importance is at a premium, it seems, with the Green Bay Packers.
I just thought of another one that wasn't on my list. Timely penalties, especially in the red zone. It's been a big bugaboo.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers had a touchdown callback last week.
Derwin chimes in 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. I don't know if this is quantifiable.
Let's see what we can do.
Heart and desire? I don't think I can call this team out for having a lack of heart and desire.
That's one thing I want.
Like when you win 11 games, like if you don't have heart and desire, you drop one of those.
No.
You know what I mean? Like they've showed up and I know they haven't won the big game, but I'm going to be fair and just here as we're going through flaws, and I don't think I can put that one on the flaw list.
That's one thing that I will not deny him. You see defensively with the Green Bay Packers, that football team defensively, though they are only improved slightly, they do fly around the football a lot more than what we saw in the past. And then when you look up and down this schedule, yes, the Green Bay Packers got down in some of those games against good football teams, but for the Green Bay Packers to only lose, their biggest loss, I think, was it 10 points to the Lions when they lost 24-14. Everything else has been a close game. You got to give the team credit for the fact that they never stop fighting.
Don in Florida on the talk and text line. Carbless, this is more. Packers flaw. I think you'll like this one, Kyle. Coaching takes too long to adjust to defense.
Yeah, I mean, in the big games, that's been the Achilles heel for the Green Bay Packers. They get down in the first half. I think every single game except for the Eagles game, and I'm not sure what the scoring was in the Eagles game. I don't think they scored a lot at halftime. But in the two games against the Lions and 2 games against the Vikings, that was the biggest issue, is that the offense could not get going. They couldn't make adjustments. They couldn't handle the pressure that the teams were sending early enough for them to be able to have a fighter's chance.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk, Alex Strofe, your flaw for the Green Bay Packers, and then your personal flaw.
Yeah, first for the Packers, I'm really, and Kyle mentioned it quite a bit yesterday, I'm really worried about this cornerback depth, right? And
it's on my list.
I know we mentioned the Georgia guys, right? Eric Stokes being one of those fellas.
I hate when you and I are like I literally have CB's depth. And you said exactly that.
You guys are one and the same.
I wrote CB depth. So no S in CBs.
Damn.
But
we are different, you and I.
Yeah, we are very different. So cornerback depth, yeah, that concerns me when you're likely going to be seeing, if you are to win in the postseason, you will be seeing a path of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith in the first round against Philadelphia. Second round against Minnesota or Detroit. Let's go. Monroe, St. Brown, Jamison Williams. Again, 1,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard receivers. And then Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
We saw that in action with Jalen Naylor having a game.
Yeah, wow. He had a great game on Sunday. You're totally right.
Who?
Exactly.
Taylor Jerry.
And your personal flaw, Alex Strofe.
I care too much. I just care too much.
No. I know what his is.
He's soft.
I'm nosy.
Nosy.
Oh,
really
my
nosy.
gosh, she's so nosy. Yesterday, Ben was telling a story, and he had 25 questions to ask him.
A million
like,
follow-ups.
Okay, so
I thought it was in cross-examination.
I asked you one question. He asked 15.
Is that nosy or is that caring?
No, it's nosy.
It's nosy. There's a difference.
There's no
caring is how are you doing, not give me all the details.
I ask you how you're doing.
No, you didn't say how great was it. Did you have a lot of fun? You didn't ask any of that. You said, "Oh,
Can I be honest with you?
This?
Here's the thing about being nosy and also having a short-term memory problem. I have no idea what we're talking about.
I have no idea what you asked me questions about yesterday either. Kevin in the 224. This team doesn't make any adjustments on defense. Case in point, the stupid soft zone when we were getting carved up because we couldn't get to Sam Darnold.
I mean, but you had to play the stupid soft zone because of the fact that you don't have the cornerbacks in order to slow down guys not playing zone. That's why it's so important to have a lockdown corner, because it can free you up to play man, which can free you up to send more pressure, because when you send pressure, you're trying to get home to the quarterback faster, which makes your DBs play defense less. When you have a guy like Jair, he can help you play defense less.
Well, how interesting that you led us to a texter at 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. Bohannon Sheboygan. The Green Bay Packers' biggest flaw is trying to hang on to Jair Alexander. You guys have been fine without him. Move on. He will soon impact another locker room negatively, the same way Aaron Rodgers did.
You know, the thing about Jair, I'm so torn, because if the Packers, they have to sign somebody. They do. And I agree. I am at the point where I think it's time to move on from Jair, but you have to have a replacement. Like, I'm okay with moving on.
You got to trust your guy, Goot.
Yeah, well, the first round can't be trusted. Eric Stokes is trash. I don't know. Put Corey Ballantyne in. The Ballantyne law firm last year was more locked down than Stokes is this year. And so that is where I'm torn, because I'm ready to move on from Jair, but I'm not ready to move on before we have a new Jair. It's like when you want to dump a girl, but you're not quite sure if you want to do it yet, because you're like, I need to find a new boo thing.
Oh, wow. You hold on to them to find your next replacement?
Wait a minute.
Is that your biggest flaw?
No, that's not my biggest.
What is your
hold
biggest
on.
flaw? And then we'll get back to this.
Is that actually how you operate?
No, never.
Is that why you're still in a?
Whoa.
I just kidding.
When's the last time you were single?
I was single.
Never. He holds on to them until he finds the next booth hang.
I was single for about. No, hecky no. I was single for a while.
I don't want the callers to just be on blast and us to be on blast. If you're going to text in, I want to know your flaws, too, if you're giving us Green Bay Packers flaws. You can't call somebody else's flaw out without recognizing the flaw that you have.
Yeah, I don't know where my
We've been through at least 5 of my flaws within the first 30 minutes of the show.
How much time we got?
Kyle, what is your biggest flaw?
You know what? I think my biggest flaw is expecting me out of others.
That's a little narcissistic.
No, I'm just when I say like the expectation of, hey, I come to work, I work hard. You know, like, hey, hey, you got to do this.
Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram is your biggest flaw trying to land a date on this show.
Oh, that's a good one. It's either that or just being way too pretty.
Oh wow,
one of the two.
You got a lot of people who added you on social media the last time we did a holler for you.
And Madison Hayes 24. Feel free to follow me on there.
She's a holler back girl voice.
Okay.
What that means.
Whatever that means.
Like, come on, you ain't no holler back, girl. You're gonna holler back.
Okay, I do say hi back, so I do holler back.
Yeah, if they add you, you add them back.
Oh yeah. Follow back, girl.
There it is. Follow back, girl.
There it is.
Thank you, Gen Z.
I think we got to go back to flaws in a little bit here. Let's recompile the list. Let's see what we think we can fix. What is the most fixable and solvable heading into the playoffs? But before we do that, we're going to go to Alex Strofe. Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe is next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Fiserv Forum for 3 huge events January 10th through 11th.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers will likely be without Jair Alexander for the remainder of the season. The All-Pro cornerback hasn't played since Week 11 and has been dealing with a PCL injury. He recently underwent a knee scope to clean out some loose bodies and alleviate swelling. Head coach Matt LaFleur says it's an unfortunate situation.
It is what it is. I feel for him. Obviously, he was trying to get his knee right. It wasn't getting right. And so, yeah, it's a tough deal for all of us.
The Packers will continue to press on without Alexander in their regular season finale Sunday against the Chicago Bears. Kickoff from Lambeau Field is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Think owning a home is just a dream? No dream at Tri-City is too extreme. Talk to us and we'll show you how that dream you're dreaming can be reality now. Tri-City National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 433891.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know Love was born November 2nd? Did you know Love was raised in Bakersfield, California? Did you know Love played college football at Utah State? Are you looking for lots of Love touchdowns the rest of this football season? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we love being your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With our selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has all your tailgating needs covered. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Rick Papandrea is joining me. How special is it for you being able to watch people see their quality of life return?
There's no doubt that the efficiency is great for everybody. It's very rewarding as a surgeon to take care of somebody and see them get better. But to have them come in and do it in a seamless fashion is really exciting. One case comes to mind. We had a young girl who was doing some cartwheels, and she came in with a broken elbow, and everything lined up, maybe more so than even is typical. She needed special care. She needed her elbow fixed with a very particular fracture that is difficult to fix. And not only is it difficult to fix, but it can be somewhat complicated by stiffness. So with my specialty of my background, I do a lot of elbow arthroscopy, which isn't very common. And we had her in the operating room later that day where I was able to arthroscopically reduce and fix her elbow fracture. And she was back to a normal kid about 2 months later.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Phone lines might be broken because Ricardo just texted in. It's very odd. 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Ricardo from Canada, our biggest flaw is the lack of creativity and offense in the start of big games. In regards to Jair Alexander, he's got a legitimate injury, and he showed he wasn't 100%. His biggest flaw, personally, is that he's always right. Or he thinks he's always right, and then follows it up, which he often is.
I mean, you don't make
Sounds
it that
like
far.
Kyle Wallace.
No, you don't make it that far in life without believing in yourself. And Jair obviously believes in himself, and having this surgery, he's choosing himself.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace. No, Brad Nortman. His biggest flaw is loving vacation more than this show. It's time now to hear from Alex Strofe in Becoming Relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Happy New Year, Kyle.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Benny.
What up?
I didn't like that. Happy New Year, Benny.
Sorry, I'm really distracted because Bohannon Sheboygan chimed in with the biggest flaw of KBN is when Ben screwed up his Marv from Manitowoc.
Oh, wow.
When Ben screwed up his Marv.
Come on now, sound it out. Now slow down. Slow down.
Ben screwed up the
reading
Marv
my text message
from Manitowoc bit, it would have been an epic reveal down the road. For those who missed it, I created a fake texter in which got in Alex Strofe's head to try and get in Alex Strofe's head within 30 minutes of creating the account. So sad that it's gone.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. When do we stop saying it?
Now.
The 3rd?
Yes.
No, you stop saying it next week.
What day? Because Larry David's famous bit is January 3rd.
No.
You have 2 days.
Probably midweek next week. Because if you're coming back and somebody's coming back to work on Monday, Happy New Year, and then they say da-da-da-da-da in the message, I would accept it. But next Friday, I'm like, all right, bro.
I would say if you stop saying it, if you say it one time to somebody, like if we've already said it, we don't need to say it again. But then the cutoff line is easy for this week.
So
we're heading into the weekend. Right. It's done.
Hold on a minute, though. When we see Brad on Monday, January 6th.
Yep.
Where the hell you been?
Not a Happy New Year?
No, I'm going to tell him Happy New Year. How's it been?
What's up, Brad?
Happy New Year,
How was
Brad.
your vacation?
No, you got to bring
Is
in
he
New
on
Year.
vacation? I actually have no idea.
Yeah.
What do you think he's on? Just going missing?
I mean, he just likes to take time off. I never know.
Oh, he's talking about actual vacation versus vacation time.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to disclose his location.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah,
but he's
that's-
on vacation?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Look at you being nosy again.
His biggest flaw comes out every segment.
Hey, general curiosity for life, brother. Get some.
What do you win from that? Like, what do you earn? What do you gain from knowing where he's at?
Knowledge.
General curiosity? Knowledge, man. Why do you think
useless knowledge that he forgets 24 hours later, like our conversation yesterday?
What do you think? Why do you think I love the Wikipedia app? because, I went down the rabbit hole of the death of Tupac Shakur the other night.
Yeah, you weren't alive when it happened.
I was not. No.
I was a child. All I just remember is news stuff and people crying.
So I learned all about Death Row Records. And,
yeah, Suge Knight.
Yeah, Suge Knight I learned about. Yeah. He's still alive.
He is. He actually ran somebody over with a car. He's in jail
prison
right now.
Yeah, he's in prison.
Prison. I'm sorry.
Dave from Aaron chimes in with Brad Nortman's biggest flaws. We're still asking for the Green Bay Packers' biggest flaw as a team. Bradford's biggest flaw is not being able to read the damn words off the "Are you smarter than Ben Brust?" questions properly.
Yeah, he's fired.
We do have an update. We did talk to the newest question asker of "Are you smarter than Ben Brust?" She will be going through official training Tuesday morning, preparing for Tuesday at 3:00, and she will be live and ready to go.
I put a couple invites on her calendar. We've got a couple sessions Tuesday morning just to hash through the questions.
Go through the rules.
Yeah, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, tomorrow, National Trivia Day.
Oh, you're such a dork.
I love trivia. Do you play bar trivia?
I wish everyone could see Kyle's face.
He is looking at me so blankly.
I don't play bar trivia. The one time I did play bar trivia when I was on a work trip at a previous employer, they asked the question, what was the name of the character that you could never see his full face from Home Improvement?
Home Improvement.
Wilson.
And
Wilson.
I said Wilson. Everybody like, whoa!
They thought you were like this brainiac.
Rigger. I was like, I knew that one, but I didn't help anything else. So no, I don't.
Do you not have general curiosity?
No, I do. My curiosity is more in things that could be actual good knowledge that could
not
be
wasteful knowledge.
Yeah, like passed on and educate people based off things that had happened. Like you weren't in our pre-show meeting today, but we had a nice deep conversation about stuff that I learned from reading.
All right, okay, great.
Yeah, so I'm just saying he just takes in nonsense and I actually apply actual knowledge.
I love that
And here we are together.
And we literally do a trivia segment that all of us are a part of and love.
Oh yeah.
At Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust Tuesdays at 3:00.
I love that.
It's trivia.
No, I love that. That's Q&A.
Kyle, who's the head coach of the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay men's basketball team?
You know what? I told y'all my mind is not good right now. My brain.
Are you kidding me?
I've been telling y'all my brain was messed up, and I know who it is.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is, I told you I'm bad with names. It is the guy who has the radio show.
That's not a name.
So I told y'all I've been bad with names this week, and now you put me on the spot with names. I've been bad all week.
You got to give a name.
Damn it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I swear to you, I can't remember. His dad was a basketball coach too. He played at Oklahoma State basketball.
Yep, that's right.
I told you I'm bad with names right now. I can't even remember the name of UWM basketball coach right now.
Seriously?
No way.
My brain is. You put pressure on me. My brain's messed up.
All right,
right
Doug
now.
Gottlieb is over.
Doug Gottlieb, yeah. Doug Gottlieb.
And as we've talked
Bart
about,
Lundy.
Bart Lundy. I've told you, I made me go to a doctor.
It seems like every week there's a new evolution of the train wreck that is.
What did
Green
I
Bay.
miss? I know they lost by 23 yesterday.
24 to Wright State last night. Yes, that is correct. They are now 2-14 on the season. They have not won a game since November. They added a new player yesterday. His name is Jonathan Levy. He's a 23-year-old freshman. I say again, he's a 23-year-old freshman who has played 2 professional seasons overseas.
How is this legal? Can I come back?
I'm not sure. But he joined the team yesterday. He played 22 minutes last night. He joined the team yesterday and played 22
minutes. Yeah, that's
minutes.
desperation.
6'9" freshman, 23 years old.
Yeah, Doug Gottlieb.
That's not too crazy because all the hockey guys when I was in school would play juniors and they'd all be 21, 22 as freshmen. But this is a little odd.
Yeah.
Doug's struggling. He's desperate.
He needs to hang it up.
Think he makes it through the year?
Yeah.
I mean, get through the year. I don't really know what his recruiting pitch is going to be. I got roasted by Adam Schefter on the internet.
Is that a bad couple weeks for old Dougie Gottlieb?
And that's becoming relevant?
Was that
nothing about college football, playoffs, all this stuff going on, and you just
talked about the playoffs yesterday. What do you got on Notre Dame, Kyle? Go ahead.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got?
No, Kyle, go ahead.
Your ball.
Oh, well, sounds
Ball's
good.
in your court.
I was watching.
You don't remember anyone's name, but here we go.
Well, I remember.
Who's the starting quarterback?
Riley Leonard.
Who's the coach?
The coach is Marcus Freeman.
But you didn't know Doug Gottlieb and Bart Lundy?
You put me on the spot earlier where I'm telling y'all something wrong with my memory, but I was prepared for this one because you asked me to talk about Notre Dame, and I usually hate Notre Dame football, but for some reason this year I'm actually supporting Notre Dame football. And
we'll be back with the list of Green Bay Packers flaws accumulated from KBN Nation and figure out which ones can be fixed as they head into the playoffs after they face the Chicago Bears on Sunday.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Subarus, anybody in the Subaru driving down Fond du Lac or Capitol,
wow.
I'm like, you are not where you need to be driving that slow.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's always the Subaru.
It is always a Subaru.
And they likely have a lot of bumper stickers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two. I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/giftcards.
Get 15% off everything you can fit inside the bag at Menards. Quaker State Full Synthetic Motor Oil ensures strong engine performance, even in freezing temperatures. It also delivers unsurpassed protection against friction-related wear. Get 15% off Quaker State Motor Oil and all the automotive products you can fit inside the bag. Good through January 12th. See store for complete details. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Gift giving is easy with an Island Resort and Casino gift card. Every person on your list can spend their time just the way they like it. Dining, going to a concert, relaxing at the Drift Spa, playing golf. No matter the reason, gift cards to the Midwest premier resort destination are a sure bet. To order gift cards, stop by the Island Club today or call 877-ISL-SHOW. Then spread some joy because everyone knows your total experience is at the Island.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, no Bradley Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. Who we got rocking in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios?
How's it going, Ben? How was the holidays?
Whoa!
Hey, man.
Dude, he gives me a smile every time I hear from his voice. How's your quest for love?
I mean, it's 2025 now.
So the streak has entered a new year.
It has.
Hey,
no New Year's kiss?
No New Year's kiss. I was down in the
Not even a
villages
dog?
of Florida.
The villages of Florida?
The villages of Florida,
Yeah, like
where it was warm.
Oceanside Club or what?
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, it's about an hour and a half from the ocean, actually.
You were in Florida? You didn't get on Tinder or Bumble and just swipe right, swipe right, swipe right? Find you something.
Where I was, if I was on Tinder, I think I would have had to set the minimum age to like 40.
Hey, cougars, they can teach you something.
These cougars didn't have teeth, Kyle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez. The dentures?
Yeah, oh, wow.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Wooly, I love you. I love you. All right, Wooly, what is your biggest flaw for the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, I think there's really only one option here. It's the pass rush is terrible. Like, I know that they're top 10 in sacks per game, but we all know a lot of those are like faux numbers. Those are like stat padding in games against bad pass.
And more
blocking
importantly,
teams.
because I agree with you on the stat padding of those 2 7 and 8 sack games, what is your biggest flaw as a person?
Oh,
can't get a girl.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you want to just call that straight up flaw, that's probably the biggest
just call it what
one.
it is. All right. Thank you, Wooly.
Yeah.
We will now go over the list from KBN Nation and ourselves as to what are the Packers' flaws heading into the Bears and the playoffs, and see if this is something that is fixable. Strofe will have the sound effects ready. Maybe you and I are the jury, and he can make the final decision here. But Jordan Love has been good, not great. Do you think he can elevate to great based off what we've seen? Not what we know he can be, but what we've seen.
I mean, from what we've overall seen from Jordan Love, I think he has the capabilities to definitely be great this season. He just has not had the opportunities to be great. In the second half of football games when the Packers got down, Jordan Love played great. He elevated his game. It wasn't enough to win because the defense didn't make enough stops, but also we were in a big hole where you had to come back.
Little prevent looked like Kyle Wallace was out on the edge.
Yeah, that is true. But I do believe that this is not a flaw. This is something that just comes down to opportunity. So, yes, this is something that is fixable.
I agree.
And Jordan Love can do it.
Banger.
Oh, we're not going to ding, ding, ding. We're going to go banger. I like it. How about the wide receiving core and the drops?
You know what? That might be a season thing. I don't think that gets fixed this year. I think that's something where guys just need to refocus themselves next year to be better. But overall, maybe they're pressing because it's happening
I
so
can't
much this year.
expect it to change at this point throughout the season.
Exactly. We're going into week 17 and week 18. Week 18 and you still have this issue. This is something that not is a pop-up issue. This is the identity of the receiving core this year, unfortunately, for the Green Bay Packers.
But they are who we thought they were.
Bona fide scrubs?
Bona fide scrub.
They can't play?
He can't play.
All right, we're going a little far.
Just having fun, Kyle. Relax.
We
I forgot he's very emotional right now. This is very serious. We're trying to fix the problems.
I got
not
the
just
G and the P on my chest.
Not just hammer it in.
Go, Pack, go!
What about the cornerback depth? I don't think that's being fixed because Jair had surgery.
He can't play.
He literally can't play.
No, that's unfixable. That's unfixable this year. You're going to have to find something to do, find a way to fix it next year. But that flaw is going to continue to be a flaw throughout the playoffs, and that is going to be the reason why the Green Bay Packers are not going to win a Super Bowl, is because they're not going to be able to stop a passing attack. They're not going to be able to make a stop on 3rd and 7, on 3rd and 3 when the team tries to play action fake.
Getting big stops is a good flaw.
It is a big flaw, but it's going to be
like that we missed. It's not a good flaw to have. It's a good flaw that we missed on the list.
But the issue they have with being able to stop the pass is going to be shining bright when the Green Bay Packers get torched by some great receiver in the playoffs.
But they are who we thought they were.
This is another one where it's been seen too much, got a little bit better, but then pops up in spots. The P word. Penalties.
This one is fixable. I think this one is fixable because we've seen from the second half, ever since the Green Bay Packers had the bye, The Packers have been better. They haven't been as penalized as they once were before. And so, yes, I know it creeped up last week against the Minnesota Vikings, but I'm definitely not super concerned about the penalties being a reason why the Green Bay Packers cannot win a championship. So this is one of the least of my worries. I believe they've done a great job cleaning it up. You're going to have bad games where you have bad penalties and some phantom penalties as well. But overall, I am not concerned about the penalties being a flaw for the Green Bay Packers moving forward.
The Georgia boys and the front seven. This one's pretty easy.
But they are who we thought they were.
Yeah. We might as well go get some Green Bay boys to do the same thing. If they gonna,
who's the head coach of the Green Bay basketball team?
Doug Gottlieb.
Oh, he got it this time. Phew. I was gonna be really worried if you didn't get it there. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually gonna send you for a wellness check. Me and Strofe are gonna do the show.
Thank you for caring.
This kind of chimes in with one that I have is Adam on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. Coaching, execution, coverage, drops, but the one that stuck out to me was the coaching and like the adjustments and how it takes too long sometime.
I don't think this is a flaw. I think this is something that's fixable. We're talking about it taking too long to adjust, but we're talking about maybe 4 games, that we had this issue. 3 games that we had this issue, probably 4, where you weren't able to adjust early, and they were all 4 losses. But other than that, we weren't talking about the lack of adjustment early against the Houston Texans or the Arizona Cardinals. It just so happened to be the failure to adjust when we needed to early on, mostly against oncoming pressure from the defenses against Jordan Love. So I'm not too concerned about that.
This one is kind of like out of the Packers' hands, unless they win the coin toss. Does this team need to freaking defer to the second half?
Against good teams, maybe they should think about doing that.
Well, they're going to be playing good teams in the playoffs.
I think for the remainder of the season, once the playoffs start, you probably, matter of fact, no, practice this week. Defer this week. If the Bears lose the toss or you win the toss, you need to defer. Because you need to
practice for the playoffs.
You need to practice that. You definitely need to practice that because the Green Bay Packers definitely need the ball to start the second half because based off the way that the season is trending, we definitely need the ball to start the second half against good football teams because if we're down 17-3 at half and we don't have the ball, we're down 10-3 at half and we don't get the ball coming out the second half, we're getting scored on to put ourselves in a bigger hole.
All right, let's put a wrap to the flaws. I think we've gone through them enough. Now, what if we flip this exercise? How do you feel about doing that, Kyle?
Sure.
It's not as if we're doing a pros and cons. We're looking at the team, and now it's like, all right, we've talked about the flaws this entire first hour. What are the best things about the Green Bay Packers this year?
Oh, I could say a lot of great things about the Green Bay Packers.
And the reasons why those great things may outweigh the flaws and propel them to victories in the playoffs. So in 2 minutes, 800-990-3776, we flip the script here. We're going to go from the flaws to the positives, to the great things, to the things that you think the Green Bay Packers do well enough to help propel them to win a playoff game. Does that make your heart feel a little warmer?
It does, and we should definitely cut this up and put this on social media because I want KBN Nation to know we love the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kyle. We'll be back in 2 minutes talking about why the Packers have some things that can propel them to a victory on Sunday and moving forward. Next.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust. Get your Golden Eagles essentials by opening Marquette checking from Wintrust today.
It was all Marquette all game long on Tuesday.
Now in the front court, Cam Jones. Deep three. Good. 28-10, a 21 run. 21-zip.
The number 8 Golden Eagles trouncing Providence on the road 78-50 to get their 12th win of the season. Cam Jones 18 points and 10 assists in the win.
This was something that was really important to us because we had not won here since we've been at Marquette. This is a very hard place to play, but our guys did a heck of a job silencing the crowd after that initial run that Providence had.
Next up, Marquette takes on Creighton tonight at Fiserv Forum.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, and the official bank of Marquette University.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey ESPN Wisconsin fans, Brad Nortman here. Whether you're an athlete like me or just want to feel your best, Quintessa's new wellness center in Brookfield is your go-to for peak performance. With services like hormone therapy, IV drip therapy, medical weight loss, and anti-aging, Quintessa has everything to keep your body running at its best. It's not just about game day, it's about every day. Check out myquintessa.com/wellness and see how Quintessa can help you stay at the top of your game. Your body deserves it.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Happy to be with you, KBN Nation. Till 5 o'clock, 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We're going to need your help here. In the first hour, we went over the flaws of the Green Bay Packers. Now I want to turn it a different direction. Essentially, we're kind of looking at a pros and cons list. The cons, right now, I have a feeling are going to outweigh the pros. But maybe the weight of the pros could be really advantageous of like, hey, if they really do a great job of doing what they're good at and limit those flaws, they can get it done. I'll start with a couple, and then we'll turn it over to KBN Nation with your positives and the reasons why you believe the team can get it done in the playoffs. I'm going to start with one. They did it before. They have been in this situation before. This team is comprised of young men, as the youngest team in the NFL, that went into a stadium in which 80,000 people watched the Cowboys not lose a single game last year. And they took it to them as the first 7 seed in the new playoff format to ever beat a 2 seed in the playoffs. So I think there is something to the fact that when you got guys in the locker room that have been in the playoffs, now I know you have a couple like, Josh Jacobs, I don't even know if the Raiders made the playoffs in his time. Xavier McKinney, but you get what I'm saying. They were part of this, but there were others, and obviously they're not going to be scared of the moment because they've been in a situation like this. Jordan Love is the quarterback. He helped them very much so in that situation. I think that gives some credence to a little positivity. What do you think?
No, I think those are some positives that you definitely talked about. Only issue I have is that all the flaws that you talked about definitely were more focused on the things they need to clean up versus anything that they excel at really well.
That leads me to one that was part of the flaws that can be on the good side of things. I need a group session here very fast. Not pros and cons, we've done flaws, but what would this other side of the thing be? I don't want to do, we'll tell us just positives and negatives. Well, we got flaws and... you're bad with names and words today. I don't know why I'm talking.
You said flaws. What's the opposite of flaws? Why don't you ask Google? You ask me what the opposite of flaws are.
I don't want to ask Strofe. He's not going to know.
Not having flaws, being perfect.
What is the opposite? Strengths. Flaws and strengths.
Look at me. Did you just say I wouldn't know strength?
The word opposite of flaws. Blake and Sun Prairie. What are the strengths that you believe in for the Green Bay Packers?
Wow.
I think it's a tangible, even though most people might say intangible. It used to be called the black and blue division. They know how to play with heart and soul, and they can go up against anybody, and they've won a lot of hard games because they know how to play tough. And you mentioned it, too, they're young, so they've got that on their side.
Blake, thank you for the call. What is the biggest strength of your personal life?
Being married for a long time and having wonderful children. You can't really ask for much more than that.
Wow, Blake.
What a great response. His wife is listening.
Cut it and get his email and say, honey, look what I said on the radio today.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind was his wife and kids.
Unfortunately, all the times that we get done with the show, we end up hearing from our ladies, and it's like, what the hell did you say about me today?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That's all we get.
3 times a week, bro.
Why'd you say that about me on the air? One of the flaws that I have that could be a strength, and we discussed this as part of the flaws, is Jordan Love has been good, not great. I think Jordan Love can be great still because he's shown he can be great. It's in him. We've seen it with our own eyes. It doesn't mean it's just gone forever.
No, I get what you're saying here. Jordan Love is definitely a strength overall for this football team. So I definitely see that. Some of the things I see, I mean, I'm going based off the wonderful caller who showed love to his wife. I think he's absolutely right. The one thing about this football team is though they are not undefeated and they've lost to better football teams, but every single week I take so much pride in how this team fights. Like they are never out of a game. I've seen them get blown out in the past with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, but with Jordan Love and this team, they seem to be tough guys that have a never quit attitude, and that's something I can definitely appreciate about this overall football team is that they may not play perfect football for 60 minutes, but boy, oh boy, they're going to go out there and they're going to compete for 60 minutes, and I love that about the team.
On the personal talk and text line, maybe the most negative Green Bay Packer fan that we have that we discuss a lot of our show with, TC, the producer of the Thanalysis show, which you can check out on YouTube. A new episode with Dwight Howard just dropped with Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
So many questions for Dwight.
Jalen Hurts out again Sunday. He's going to have 3 weeks of rest because of his concussion. Sounds like he'll be rusty to me with a bad head coach to Green Bay pulling the upset.
Yeah, I like that.
What are you laughing at? Because Steven chimes in with something similar. The Packers' upcoming matchup with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts has been limited, may not play again, which means he would be 3 weeks without playing.
I mean, we got
so that's two people right there about the Jalen Hurts thing. We got to find our narrative.
That's how sad it is that we can't just focus on the athletes on the field, how talented the team is, how the offense executes. We're focusing on the fact that a quarterback may be rusty, right? That just shows us that we don't believe that the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl ready because we're grasping for straws or something to give us a reason to believe the Green Bay Packers can beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Benny, how many people thought you guys would beat Arizona in the Elite Eight?
I have no idea, guys, in the locker room. I knew we could win. I have no idea what the outside thought. Now, if I could task you with something, can you keep a list of the strengths as I go to Mike in Sun Prairie, 800-990-3776?
Why are you asking me this 7 minutes into the segment?
No, I have the flaws. We've only done a couple strengths, so you can catch up to what we've done, and Mike will give us his strength.
All right, so I like our weapons. We got Musgrave coming back in. Once Watson is healthy, we've really been missing that ability to stretch the field. If he comes back and he's healthy, we have more than enough weapons to beat whoever comes our way. The problem is just making sure they're all ready and can play. But full complement of weapons is probably the biggest positive we have going for us.
Mike, I'd like to ask you the same question. What is the biggest strength you bring to life?
I'm just going to go with tenacity. I just never give up. I completed
What a grinder!
a couple years ago.
What a grinder!
I knew I liked you, Mike. From your answer you gave to the second answer about your strength, I like you. Mike is me. Me is Mike.
I don't know what that means, but okay. I'm not going to lie. I disagree with the weapons thing.
No, I actually...
But the fact... he lost me a little bit on the Luke Musgrave thing because he came back and his first snap was like in the second quarter. He's not really going to be a part of their plans.
But overall, just talking about the health of this team, one thing that this loss has made us do is made us be extremely down on a football team that at the end of the day is a very good football team in the NFL. It's one of the top 10 teams in the NFL. Now, you want to be number one, and we don't. Right now, we're obviously not number one, but he is absolutely right. When healthy, and everybody can't be healthy, but if the Green Bay Packers are healthy, this offense is good. And I have this on my list right here, is the offense has the ability to score with anybody. There has not been one game where the Green Bay Packers struck, well, maybe the Lions game. But other than that, the Green Bay
Vikings,
Packers...
they
still ended up scoring. I understand the defense.
Then you lose credibility when you say they did it with the Vikings because you're so upset because you know it's fool's gold.
What I'm saying is, though, they put up points this year, man.
All right, fair enough. Steph in Ottawa, 800-990-3776. You're on the Carbless Talking text line with strengths that you think that can help propel the Green Bay Packers to a playoff victory.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Strengths, I'm going to point to one guy, Edrin Cooper. Obviously, Hoffley mentioned he has something for him, like a Micah Parsons type of deployment if you want to rush him off the edge. But honestly, if we're matching up against Saquon, obviously we need him to shut down that run game and focus on just being a heat-seeking missile and tackle for losses. But in addition to that, I think you need to get Tucker Kraft involved really early in the game. He is essentially the heartbeat, the energy.
I like that.
If things are starting slow and you get the ball first and you waste it like they did last week, obviously that can't happen on the road in Philly. You need to start fast if you're starting with the ball first. You need to get Tucker Kraft involved, especially over the middle. Make a statement, run through a guy's face and, pump up that team.
Steph, your biggest strength in life that you bring to this world?
Probably my wife, because she keeps me calm, and even when I'm cursing at the TV during Packers games, I always know I can fall back on her. So
that's sweet, man. Who knew KBN Nation had so many simps? Boy, I love this. I love it. I do.
All of us we're all living the same life.
No, we are.
Because Kyle, is the same for you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
After the Packers game, she checked, how are you doing, baby?
Yeah, no, but you're kind of quiet. The Packers lost. You okay? No, I'm good, baby. I'm good.
I'm here for you.
I said, yeah, no, there are better halves.
Strofe, your biggest strength you bring to this world?
I'm not a simp. No, I'm just kidding.
Just gonna say.
Probably the biggest simp here.
That's probably true.
I opened up your wallet. You had a picture of your girlfriend and her dog right there staring at me.
I'm a simp.
Yeah,
it's true. General positivity, guys. I'm a very positive human being almost always.
Yeah. Except one time you yelled at somebody standing right behind you, but that was fun. For those who don't know, Tony Cartagena walked in, the producer of the analysis show, and I got a good cackle out of Strofe. Don in Florida, strengths. They're considered underdogs again. I like that.
That could be interesting.
They've been the hunted. Now we know that they are looked at as the team that can't beat the good teams.
Yeah, and so but still, you were in that piece trying to hunt somebody. So maybe less expectations. Maybe they have their back against the walls and there's nothing to lose. What about the field goal kicking game?
Hey, 800-990-3776, Carlos talking text line. Ben Brush sheet, Kyle Wallace's mouth. Field goal kicker, not a liability. We finally have a kicker, Kevin in Illinois.
Yeah, I'm right there with it. I think that's something that, remember, we talked about this extensively to start the season, about Narv Dog, right? Who the kicker was going to be for this football team. We went through a whole training camp.
Anderson Carlson?
Anderson Carlson, yes. Anderson Carlson, who has bounced around now. We literally had two guys in camp this fall who did not make the football team, and then we signed my boy.
He really is
Narv
bad
Dog.
with names, by the way.
No, and Anders Carlson.
There you go.
Braden Narverson. And I don't remember the other guy from Minnesota.
He's now the Jets kicker, about to break the Jets franchise record for 5 kickers in a season. What's his name?
You talking about
2 first names.
The kicker from the Vikings?
No, he was here
in
at
the
some
Packers?
point. Yeah.
I told you, I'm bad with names
2
right
first
now.
names.
I don't.
Greg
Matzik.
You're messing.
What?
You're messing.
No, I'm not.
Look at me. Come on now. Because if you're trying to do a joke for the air, it didn't land. So just what's his last name?
Greg.
Come on.
Joseph.
There you go. I knew you were messing. 800-990-3776.
I definitely didn't feed him the answer.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Of course you did. Simp. 800-990-ESPN. Unfortunately, right now, this is a bad sign.
What is that?
The calls came in, but the texters were rabid about the negatives and the flaws. Very quiet on the positive
and
right now.
I'm telling you why that is, Ben. It's because the Green Bay Packers fans, Packer Nation, myself included, we have lost our hope. We have lost our faith. When you are a hopeless fan base, you no longer can see all the positives. We had rose color or green and gold color glasses on going into the Vikings game last week. Do we understand that there were a lot of Packers fans that believed we were going to beat the Vikings? We lose to the Vikings, and now all of a sudden we are hopeless. We don't believe we have a chance. That is how quickly the pendulum can swing and emotions can swing for the Green Bay Packers, where all we were talking about was the positive. The Packers won 4 or 5 straight games. The offense is putting up a lot of points. The defense is getting some type of pressure. Had they turned the corner to now, we are not talking about any of that. Everything I just listed, whether it's the defense getting pressure, whether it's the defense getting turnovers, or whether or not it's the offense scoring points, we are all talking about how they're flawed in all those areas. Receivers can't get open. They can't stop. They aren't able to stop the passing game. They're not able to get pressure. The offensive line can't stop an opposing team's pass.
Why are you taking yourself down this route? It's going to take you down a dark place.
I'm just pointing out to you right now is that I am just a picture of Packers fans. We are an emotional roller coaster right now, and it is a travesty and it's sad that all it took was one loss from the Minnesota Vikings for us to get to the point where we do not believe in the Packers anymore. It's sad.
Edgerrin Cooper is a positive and a strength for this team. They did it before last year. Takeaways, I don't know if we mentioned. I mean, they can do that. They've shown they can do that. They're going to need to do that.
Have to.
A field goal kicker is not a liability. Love can turn from good to great. And the negative people are finding reasons to be positive. Jalen Hurts has been out, and we can look at rest as rust. We'll continue to have this conversation with you. Get your responses, 800-990-3776. Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Alex Strofer on the show, and over to the sports desk.
Yeah, real quick, fellas, this coming from our friend Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter covering the Packers for Sunday's game against the Bears. As expected, the Packers will officially be without linebacker Quay Walker due to that ankle injury, safety Evan Williams due to the quad injury, offensive tackle Andre Dillard from a concussion, safety Zane Anderson also from a concussion, and cornerback Jair Alexander from the knee.
Is Quay done?
No, Quay is...
No, I mean, because Quay, they have to give him a fifth-year option, so what, for next year?
No, he's not eligible yet.
They'd have to give him the fifth year ahead of next year. Yes.
Ahead of next season, so he still has one more season for sure.
Yes.
Will he get that fifth-year option?
Probably not.
That is pathetic.
They gave it to Darnell Savage.
Well, hopefully they don't make the same mistake twice. More next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer, he beats on his body, kind of plays so rough you wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one pass.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. I meant physical.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down there.
Come on, Kyle.
No, you guys are, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are moving along really well so far this afternoon. No major delays pretty much anywhere except for westbound 94 heading into the stadium interchange. We do have the center lane blocked with a crash right at Highway 175, so just be careful with that. Otherwise, we're moving along great. Another brake check just southbound on 41 between Hampton and Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, breezy, a low of 10 above with a wind chill of 5 above to 5 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 22. Again, wind chill from 5 above to 5 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you are planning to visit the great city of Milwaukee, you can enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Guys, when my pals come in from ESPN to stay in our great city, guess where they stay? St. Kate. Why? Because it's got deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, and nightly live music. You'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
Calling all green and gold fans. Ditch the stress and ride in style to Green Bay with the Milwaukee Broadhouse. With round-trip rides starting at $85 per person to every home game, you can enjoy all you can drink on the bus. No need to worry about traffic or parking. Milwaukee Broadhouse even has a private restroom on board. Upgrade your experience with an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate package for $30 more. Don't miss out. Secure your seat now at MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com. Let's make every game day legendary.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers will likely be without Jair Alexander for the remainder of the season. The All-Pro cornerback hasn't played since Week 11 and has been dealing with a PCL injury. He recently underwent a knee scope to clean out some loose bodies and alleviate swelling. Head coach Matt LaFleur says it's an unfortunate situation.
It is what it is. I feel for him. Obviously, he was trying to get his knee right. It wasn't getting right. And so, yeah, it's a tough deal for all of us.
The Packers will continue to press on without Alexander in their regular season finale Sunday against the Chicago Bears. Kickoff from Lambeau Field is at noon.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right. We got some people that are chiming in now that I called them out on some of the strengths of the Packers. Steven chimes in the 262. Jeff Halfley. I'm not sure he's revealed everything in, quote, his bag. Hopefully he can scheme up some things as some of our injured defenders return. Jonah, guys, you really think Philly's excited to play the Packers? Their fan base has been begging the Cowboys to give them Washington. Packers D has stopped the run, and Philly's built on an entire elite run game. Greatest matchup for the Packers.
Come on now, listen. The Packers are not equipped to stop a top runner like that.
Nobody is.
Like
for us to be like the Packers can do it.
Right. It's one of the best seasons a running back has ever had.
And so when I think about who they've played this year, I don't believe we played too many elite running backs without looking at the schedule, just trying to rack my brain of elite running games. That
we have.
I know we played the Detroit Lions.
Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones twice, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery once, Jahmyr Gibbs twice, Joe Mixon, I think he played that game against Houston. McCaffrey played, they shut him down against the 49ers.
He was coming off injury.
Regardless, they shut him down. And that's about the end of the list.
Well, I'm glad Alex Stroh has been talking here because Nevaeh Elm chimes in with some positives. No quit mentality, nothing to lose, been close in all losses, they're not scared, they have good kicker, Hurts will be rusty, and we've stopped the tush push. I don't know if anyone's really stopped it.
Maybe we did first game of the year.
But then Don also chimes in, I'm disappointed with Flip-Flop Kyle.
Oh.
Please let Strofe speak for the other fans because you do not represent all the Packer fans.
I'm just saying.
Well said, Don.
No, wait a minute, Strofe. Now, before you go jumping on Don's bandwagon, I just want you to know, Strofe, you agree with me is that once Jair went out for the Green Bay Packers, we lost a lot of hope. And based off the lack of response for positives, as Ben said, people called, text in. They were talking about all the flaws that we had, but when we wanted to talk about the strengths, nobody called in. Not a lot of people raised their hand to brag about the strengths of this great football team. No longer do I hear people saying the Green Bay Packers still have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I don't hear people saying the Green Bay Packers are a dark horse because all of a week ago from literally today, everybody was talking about the Packers are a dark horse. They're a dark horse. The Vikings better watch out.
But here's the thing, Kyle. Is
Kyle versus Strofe right now on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
We live in such a 24-hour news cycle where the opinion on
he's about a 36, 48-hour news cycle.
Correct. Where the opinion on a football team can change like this, right? If the Packers go into Philly and win by 2 touchdowns, all of a sudden people are going, whoa, Green Bay's getting hot at the right time. Watch out. You play the game for a reason, right? I referenced Arizona for the Wisconsin Badgers back when Benny was playing earlier. To be honest with you, Ben, a lot of people thought you were going to lose that game. But
I had no idea.
Right. You were in the locker room. I was not, believe it or not. So my point is, you play the game for a reason. I get, if the Packers go to Philly in 2 weeks, they will be Underdogs. They will be. I completely acknowledge that wholeheartedly. They are not as good as Philly has been this season. However, it's one game. This isn't a 7-game series. It's one game. It's 60 minutes. If you go in there, you get a fast lead like they did against Dallas last year in the wild card round, like you did multiple times earlier this season.
My boy's cooking.
You can win the game. And then all of a sudden, 4 teams left in the NFC. You go to the Vikings, or you go to Detroit, a team that's beat up, or another team you've seen twice already and have been close with in both matchups. I think it's definitely still possible.
So name the strengths.
Name the strengths. Well, we just spent 20 minutes doing it.
No, you name the strengths.
Well, I've been tasked with listing them, so I have it in front of me.
Yeah, but you can tell us what your strengths are. You are a host. You are smart enough to tell us what Alex Strouf's opinion is of the strengths of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff is a strength. I think they have a really good one, right? Matt LaFleur, I still trust. Now, has he had his shortcomings? Absolutely, but which coach hasn't? I agree with, I don't remember the name of the texter, who said Jeff Hafley hasn't gotten all the way in his bag yet. I don't know that he has either. I think he is a really creative defensive coordinator.
He's limited.
So I think the coaching staff is an advantage. I'm sorry.
His players are limited.
He's limited based off the players that he has to put on the field.
Everybody's going to be available in the wild card round except Jair Alexander.
I don't think there's anyone more important than Jair Alexander on that defense, period.
For the road that what seems is ahead, in the matchups that they will have from secondary versus wide receiver, there's no doubt that is a key loss because as we had Brian Bulaga, the former Packer, join us yesterday as part of Crosstalk with the Homer Hour, he mentioned it. I had saw something similar, passer rating, completion percentage when thrown at him. The statistics back up the value of Jair Alexander when he's on the field. Problem is, he hasn't been on the field.
Yeah, and that's the biggest issue for the Green Bay Packers. So Strouf can list off all the reasons why the Green Bay Packers, he doesn't actually believe the Packers are going to win, but why the Packers could win. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that a lot of fans truly wholeheartedly believe in this football team. And I understand, if they beat the Eagles by 2 touchdowns, we should all still be worried because the Packers still have the flaws that have been talked about.
Are we doing something bad here? Are we
being us?
No, all of us. And I guess I'm the one driving the show right now, and I've really enjoyed this flaws and strengths conversation and trying to figure out how we can create the narrative and the pathway to beating a team in the wild card round. But they still have a game on Sunday, and this game does have significance. I understand what you're saying, but there are seeding implications. There is a 10-game losing streak for the Chicago Bears going. There is a Matt LaFleur undefeated record against the Chicago Bears going. Is this the least amount of juice that people have had for a Bears game? I said that, and both of you are mute, and you're the Packer backers.
No, and unfortunately, that is true.
I mean, the answer is probably yes.
No, we're not nobody's talking about the Bears game right now.
But because like Ben, you say, there's playoff implications, kinda. Right? There's kind of.
What do you mean? Wait. How do you mean kinda?
It's not kinda.
If the Packers win 96-0 and the Washington Commanders win in Dallas, nothing changes.
But there's a possibility they lose to
Dallas. Yes, because if they lose to Dallas,
but
then
the playoff implications are probably more in Dallas than they are in Lambeau Field on Sunday.
No,
right?
if the Packers lose, then they don't move up.
They were a fingertip away from losing against this team.
Guess what? I'm going to do it again.
Oh, here we go.
There is
whoa. Breaking news.
Oh, baby. Now this is some breaking news.
Alex Strouf has a declaration that he wants to make at 3:27:56 on Friday, January 3rd.
For the second time this season, I say there is a 0% chance the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday.
Do you dress up like anybody else if they lose like you were
I will run back the Mike Ditka one. I will show up here, gray mustache, old
vest,
suit, cigar, sometime next week.
It's got to be the Bears vest.
Dude,
I'll find you one.
Malik Willis will play on Sunday, and Malik Willis will get his 4th win of the season.
Wild. I'm not calling that wild. I'm saying it out loud that he would have 4 wins when he was wanted by nobody.
If you said that in September, I'm calling you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So, all in all, I have no worries about Sunday.
Mr. 0% chance is back again.
I mean, I'm almost
10-point favorites. I think it's a bigger gap than they were the first time they played, and this is week 18.
And the difference between what happened then and now is that at that point, the Chicago Bears were still a football team that believed they had a shot, whereas now the Chicago Bears are planning their vacation that they are going to take after Tuesday. Like, this team has no fight, has no desire
Bro,
or want to
DJ
really win.
Moore was quoted 3 weeks ago saying he's looking forward to vacation. They had 4 games left to play. They're down to 1. DJ Moore, when they were at a 8-game losing streak, had been looking ahead to vacation. It was the beginning of the month.
And we've heard from guys like Brad Nortman, who's on vacation right now, who's a part of our program, who played in the NFL, talk about when his team's out of it, they all look forward to vacation.
Yeah.
And so I'm closer to Strofe. I'm not going to go 0% because I'm not as bold and tough and strong as our producer, Alex Strofe. But there are some other players that have juice for the Green Bay Packers, one of them being a secondary defensive back for the Chicago Bears, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, asked what his mindset is for this game.
That's how I'm feeling. I mean, I'm going to try to go out with a bang. So, I mean, it's last opponent on the schedule, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Bleep him, Benny.
Bleep him. And you know what he's not saying that to? The Chicago Bears take on the Carolina Panthers Week 18, which ironically, I think that might have been the 2 teams that needed to out-lose each other for the first-round pick last year. No,
the Panthers owned their pick. They won 7 games last year.
I was saying, ironically, I picked the 2 teams that last year decided the fate of the first-round pick this year, which led to Caleb Williams. But that being said, if it was this year, it'd be like Jalen Johnson wouldn't be saying that. So there's juice from Chicago, at least from one player.
I mean, yeah, from one player. He probably just wants to go out there ball, or they probably asked him a question of like, oh, how do you feel about this upcoming game? And that's how he feels about the team. I mean, he probably feels that about everybody. He's a baller. He's a gamer. Yes, Jalen Johnson is.
No, but he may be a baller and a gamer, but he's not saying bleep him if it's not the Green Bay Packers in Week 18.
Okay, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know. Never been in an NFL locker room, but I truly believe that this is just in his DNA overall as a player. He's a really good one. That's one of the few Bears I'd take on my roster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you see our cornerback situation right now?
Yeah, that's true. I guess now in context, very, very much so.
Have the greatest.
What about Tyreek Stevenson?
Is he still on the team?
Yeah.
Serious question.
He's good at jumping Jackson, jumping up and down.
He's good at jumping Jackson.
That Hail Mary was the start of this losing streak.
Started the losing streak. Man, he's got to be gone from that.
That's crazy.
That's wild. A Hail Mary led to this debacle, and Carl Brooks' finger continued it. I love it.
Hell yeah.
We're going to get you ready for this game. Then we're going to get a little crosstalk, and then we will ask you a real, as I've used once today, a real bugaboo. No, a real doozy of a question.
Ooh.
Got a real doozy coming up later.
Oh, yeah, we do.
But first, Green Bay props and previews.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with the KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who is still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are moving along really well so far this afternoon. No major delays pretty much anywhere except for westbound 94 heading into the stadium interchange. We do have the center lane blocked with a crash right at Highway 175, so just be careful with that. Otherwise, we're moving along great. Another brake check just southbound on 41 between Hampton and Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, breezy, a low of 10 above with a wind chill of 5 above to 5 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 22. Again, wind chill from 5 above to 5 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
That tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Lowe, Dobbs, Watson, Reed, and now Josh Jacobs. Football season is back, baby. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard-to-find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. The Saganiac Planning Marquette Records. Marquette's best scorer ever? It doesn't matter who has the most career points. Most points in a game, Marcus Howard, 53. Marcus Howard, 52. Marcus Howard, 51. And Marcus Howard with 45 twice. Yep, top 5 games ever, all by Marcus Howard. A good question. Who scored the most points for Marquette? Not named Marcus Howard. Tony Smith and Mike Moran at 44. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home to a generator to keep your lights on or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Packers play the Chicago Bears on Sunday. Although we've done a lot of looking at how they can be successful in the playoffs, still the Bears.
Yeah, still the Bears, and we should want to get up to make sure that we beat the Chicago Bears this Sunday.
And we'll figure out how they're going to do it in Green Bay Props and Preview.
Here's an idea. Why don't you give me half the money you were going to bet? Then we'll go out back, I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
Gather round, fans. It's time for the GBPP. Kyle Brust and Nortman are here to tell you how they plan to lose their money this weekend. This is the Green Bay Props and Preview.
This is the Green Bay Props and Preview, and remember, we might talk about some that are available at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in their brand new sports book. They have hundreds of kiosks, and now you can use your rewards card at most of those kiosks so you can get rewards points while you have a little action. They also have a 2,000 square foot video wall, a VIP deck, a full bar, seating for over 200, and did I mention the 2,000 square foot video wall? It's amazing. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. Strofe, how are we prognosticating here?
Yeah, let's start with Jordan Love because I said we'll probably see Malik Willis. Some people think so. Some people don't know. Jordan Love passing
I genuinely, by the way, have no feel.
I don't either. You're lucky if you can even find a prop on Josh Jacobs' yardage because he's said to the media yesterday he's not going to carry the ball as much.
Correct.
You do have one on Jordan Love, though. 213.5 is the number for Jordan Love. 213.5 passing yards.
I honestly think he plays the full game. I think he needs it. I think the more reps right now to build him in a rhythm is important. I would go over on this number. I know the secondary is solid for the Bears, but I think he and Matt LaFleur need to find a way to get him that game where he's clicking, and he called out the receivers with separation, put it on himself as well. I just think there's something there that gets me to say they need to go out there and put together a good passing performance.
If he has higher than 216 yards, that means this is a game. It's going to be cold outside. The Green Bay Packers are probably going to try to run the football. Though Josh Jacobs, as Strofe just said, may not get as many carries, I think they believe in Emmanuel Wilson to give him the ball and Chris Brooks to give him the ball as well. So I see them trying to use the ground attack to beat the Chicago Bears, and I think he goes lower than 213.
According to Pato Sportsbook, Jordan Love to have at least 200 passing yards is minus 220. So just something to keep in mind there. Caleb Williams, 201.5, just a touch over 200 yards. 201.5, the number for Caleb Williams.
Need 600 plus yards to get to 4,000 yards.
Yeah, you taking that one, Benny?
I am not, and I'll take the over. I will. I mean, even though DJ Moore's quit, like, if he's quit, Roma Dunze is going to be out there. Like, Caleb Williams is still trying to prove to himself and a fan base to give them something to believe in heading into the offseason. Mm-hmm. This feels like a spot where you want to let him throw the ball, even though he freezes back there right now because he doesn't trust himself.
The Chicago Bears faithful and their fans are definitely going to need something to hang their hat on, Ben. I think you hit it spot on, is that this game probably means something to some of those players, especially a young guy like Caleb Williams. So I think they're going to go on the higher on this one for sure because they're going to be needing to throw the ball a lot on Sunday.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties from the Sportsbook of Alex Strofe. 0.5.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
1.5.
Over, because it could be offsetting on the same play.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Same play offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts.
Smart guy. I'm right there with you.
All right, you're going to have to do some math here because I'm going to ask you about kicking points.
Okay.
Kicking points. So you're going to have to do extra points, field goals. Brandon McManus kicking points, 6.5.
I'll take the
over as well. I really
heavy on fast.
Field goals, well, it'd be field goal and 4 touchdowns or 4 extra points.
Or two field goals and an extra point.
Wait, field goals are just, so when they do the points for some of these.
It's like 3 for score. This is in fantasy, buddy.
I'm glad I never did that on kickers, boy, because I would have been mad. I'm like, hey, hit a 60-yarder, we're good.
Just need an extra point. That's 6 points.
In that case, no, I still think he hits at least two field goals tomorrow. On Sunday. So yeah, I'm going to go higher.
You talked about running backs earlier, Kyle. Opposing running backs, that is. DeAndre Swift probably no longer in the elite category, I guess. Hasn't had the greatest season. His rushing yard prop is only 47.5 yards.
That's low.
Man, what is the over-under for the game? Do you have that handy? Because just by the way that these yardage totals are playing out, I'm thinking it's going to be like 39.5, 41.5.
41. According to Pato, 41.
Yeah, I mean, they scour the Vegas sportsbook, get all the same data, and it comes right out here in Milwaukee. So, how are they going to find yards?
Don't know, but I got lower on this one as well.
The only thing that DeAndre Swift did was catch that swing pass and go for a long catch against the Packers in the second half the first time they played.
I don't know why anybody signs with the Chicago Bears. That is a place where your career goes to end.
It's a fair point. At least the last, 3 decades?
Robert Tonyan.
Yeah.
Mercedes Lewis is on the team still dying.
That's right,
as a tight end there.
Goodness.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
Packers are favored by 10 points. Do they cover?
This is a no bet for me. Too much uncertainty.
Well, the good news is I'm not actually making you put your money on it.
I know, but
you can pick a side.
I didn't have the weekly wager at Pato this week, so I'm like, Mr. Analytical, what would I place my money on? I would probably lay the points because there's an element of quit here for the team outside of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, DJ Moore's going on vacation, remember?
Is it 10 or 10.5?
Just 10 flat.
Did you hear him? Push. You're so annoying.
Nah, I actually think it'll be a little lower than this.
You think the Bears cover?
Yes, I believe the Bears do cover 10.
You'll put your money on it? I know what just happened, Strofe.
I need to.
If the Packers lose, Kyle has a Pato prop plus money that they win 9-11 games.
Ooh,
Did you know Kyle's secretly rooting for the Packers to lose?
I am not rooting for the Packers
so he could win more money in his pocketbook?
I have gone on record saying that if the Packers win, I am happy.
I don't buy any of this. We know what matters most to Kyle. It's money. He still hasn't given Scalzo and Brust the fantasy football winnings.
I'm going to pay you today.
Oh, that's what he's waiting on. He's waiting to see if he can collect on the Packers 9-11 prop bet that he placed at Pato.
Not enough money to make impact. That little $20 ain't going to make no impact. If the Packers lose, I'm not going to be
you're getting a loan.
A loan from who?
I don't know, but that seems like what you're going for to pay us.
Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you, this guy's the worst. Never owe him anything. If he owes you something, he ain't going to say a word. He'll go days without giving you something.
Nah, I always pay my debts.
Oh, yeah. At some
always
point.
pay my debts.
Depends on how long.
Yeah.
No, always pay my debts.
At some point.
I paid you that $5, but then I just didn't have the $5, and I said I'd get it to you.
In 3 days.
Well, I guess we did have a couple days off.
Yeah. You could have did it right then and there, but
$5 versus $7.50 is a little different.
I hope you're not.
You also owe me lunch.
I've been trying to take you to a black-owned establishment.
How many times have you came to me and say, "Hey Ben, do you want to go to this black-owned restaurant with me today?"
Ben, we gonna figure it out, and we got to get.
I've heard that for 365 days,
and we got to get shaved.
Oh, we do need a Brazilian wax.
Yeah, when are we doing that? I can't wait.
Kyle, just so you know, that's not getting shaved.
That's a good point.
I guess you're right, huh?
They rip the crap out of the hair.
Very different. You got to put Vaseline on the raw areas.
Oh, what? Huh?
I don't like the word raw.
The more sensitive skin, if you know what I'm saying.
They're not doing that part.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
You're paying off a bet.
The whole thing is about that, Kyle.
Wait, a Brazilian is just in between and on top. It's not the everything.
Do some research. We'll be back with a little crosstalk before 100.5.
I bet Matt Hamilton knows what that is.
I don't want to ask them.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
what are you going to sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
You don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No, it's a no. I can say it in different languages. No.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine. That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.